Got a quarter?
Due to the graphic nature of the following program, viewer discretion is advised.
There's an updated report and we have a resolution.
Okay. We just have the. Hello, Mr. Thomas.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Could be better.
So you've come back from the doctor?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was different. It was a lot of for real craziness, I guess. They had to tell people to tell them to answer the phone. But for real.
So
I guess I interrupted the conversation with him talking himself, and he flipped on me. I was like, what? I don't know.
okay. So was it helpful for you at all?
They did, and I got
Okay.
they put me on another medication, so I have to
Okay.
my right hand to one.
Good. So that's
Better.
okay. So we're trying to make it so that obviously we're not trying to put you in a situation to where you're in danger or anything, but we want to make sure that you're kind of being seen by the medical professionals and that you're on the right medication so that you can then make better choices. Right?
Yes.
Right.
I really
Okay.
do feel better. It's like
Okay. Good. Good. Good.
the way I think about things and assess things.
Good.
The lithium helps balance me out with the manic episodes.
Good. 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 So I know he still has that county case, but let's just.
Do you know who went to trial for that?
Oh, you are? Okay.
I feel yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No, you have a constitutional right to go to trial. That's okay. That's good. I need you to keep taking your medicine though, right? Okay. So what are we going to do with the two cases that we have? He's on probation to me on one case. And I actually believe I don't have, although I sent him to North Coast, I didn't have a hold on him, which they don't always let you do, but
Right.
we actually were allowed to do that, which I actually appreciate them allowing us to do that.
We do have a resolution.
Okay.
Your Honor,
I'm sorry, before we do that, we have to, do we accept the report of the psychiatric clinic
I do, Your
indicating
Honor.
that
No
he is?
objection to the report.
Okay, good. Okay, I apologize. Wanted to make sure we put that on the record. Go ahead. And Counselor, I do not believe you put your name on the record yet.
Jasmine Jackson for the City of Cleveland.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
The city moves to amend the resisting arrest charge to disorderly conduct, ORC Section 2917.11E3A. It's my understanding the defendant intends to plead guilty to that amended charge. With that guilty plea forthcoming, the city moves to nolly the balance of his open cases with that.
And then that's a misdemeanor of the 4th degree, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Counselor, is that your understanding of the plea agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Thomas, is it your desire to plead guilty to one count of persistent disorderly conduct and violation of Ohio Revised Code 2917.11E3A?
Yes.
You understand that by changing your plea, you're giving up your right to go to trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're giving up your right to have the prosecutor prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes.
And you're,
Yes.
and you're giving up your right to remain silent for the limited purpose of pleading guilty. Do you understand?
Yes.
You also understand that by pleading guilty, I can make a finding of guilt and I can sentence you to a fine of up to $250 and up to 30 days in jail. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Understanding all of your rights, how do you plead to the amended charge, persistent disorderly conduct?
Guilty.
Court will accept the guilty plea, make a finding of guilt. Sentence of the court's 10 days, credit for time served, sentence satisfied as to cost. And then we will monitor him on probation and kind of check to make sure he's getting his medication, but he has that pending county case.
Correct.
So we're gonna allow that to kind of go through the process.
Correct. So the next probation update, does the court want to schedule that? I would just request that it's a little bit further out.
We're probably gonna put it on the compliance docket,
Okay.
like in June, just so that we can kind of make sure that it doesn't get lost in the shuffle.
Thank you. And I did contact his felony counsel, and he's aware that I saw Mr. Thomas today.
Okay. So you still have the county case pending, and what we're gonna do with this case that you have in front of me, I'm gonna set it out until June, just so that, you know, if there's a reason that we have to check up on you, we can do that. So hopefully you should be out of the county jail by then, though, okay?
Oh, yeah, so hopefully trial, I was supposed to go to trial
Yesterday?
Uh-huh.
You're supposed to go,
Tonight.
oh,
I'll check in with Mr. Hurley.
And then with me going to North Coast, I guess it set it back 30 days or something.
okay. Did you get another date, though?
I'm not, our corporals don't really help us out when we ask for dates and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with it. And my girlfriend said it shows as closed online.
Okay,
It's open.
and your girlfriend's not the alleged victim in that case, right? Right.
Oh, no?
No, right, because you would not be violating a no contact. You would not
Girl,
violate.
I mean, I can't say that, but, I can't wait to trial and it'll be over so then I can just tell you. And then show you, well, really, I can show you. That's what's even better for, yeah.
The docket wasn't updated yesterday either.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I don't have anything either.
Hopefully Scott Hurley
So much
replies.
to tell you.
All right. Well, when I see you in June, you'll have an opportunity to talk to me about it.
Oh,
Okay.
hopefully, yes, I can tell you the whole thing. So, alrighty.
All right.
So
So,
how long do you think I'm sorry, go ahead.
so Miss Loki is going to speak to her colleague regarding getting you on the docket, because the last date that we have here is,
Yesterday.
actually, so the last date we have is for a date that was set for February the 27th that indicated your trial date was for yesterday, but then there's nothing that indicates what happened regarding your trial.
Right.
So,
They may
so
be
we got to
waiting for
find
the
out
update
regarding
as well.
that. So you'll probably have a new date there, but Ms. Loki is going to speak to your lawyer regarding that.
Alrighty.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Have a lovely
And then
day.
you don't have a hold. You don't have a hold with me. Okay? So your case is
Yes.
in front of me. Okay. Have a good day.
Your Honor, I believe we have a resolution of this matter.
Okay.
I don't have to get the assault section out. I don't remember it off the top of my head. Your Honor,
291-303.
sorry.
291-303.
Thank you.
Because we just had one.
Your Honor, the city's going to move to amend.
Good afternoon, counsel. If you could put your name on the record for me, please.
Yes, sorry, Your Honor. I've been on the record all morning, just in a different courtroom. Omar Siddiq for the City of Cleveland. Your Honor, we're here. We're ready for trial. I do have the victim present, Mr. Riley.
Good morning,
For
Mr.
the
Riley.
record, that's R-I-L-E-Y. I've spoken with him, and at this point, the city has made an offer of reducing, well, amending, I shouldn't say reducing, because it's the same level of offense, the domestic violence to an assault, misdemeanor in the first degree. It's our understanding the defendant would plead guilty to that offense. The city would nolly the remainder pursuant to that plea. There is no agreement in regards to sentence. We do plan on arguing at sentence, Your Honor.
Okay. And counsel, is that your understanding of the plea agreement?
It is our understanding, Your Honor.
Mr. Shores, is it your desire to plead guilty to the amended charge assault in violation of Ohio Revised Code 2903.13?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that by changing your plea, you're giving up your right to go to trial, and in fact, your case was set for trial today. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're giving up your right to have the prosecutor prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're giving up your right to remain silent for the limited purpose of pleading guilty. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You also understand that by pleading guilty, I could make a finding of guilt, and I could sentence you to a fine of up to $1,000 and up to 180 days in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Understanding all of your rights, how do you plead to the amended charge assault in violation of Ohio Revised Code 2903.13?
Guilty.
Court will accept the guilty plea, make a finding of guilt, will dismiss the violation protection order and the unlawful restraint. We will pass this for sentencing until April the 24th at 10 o'clock.
Your
To
Honor,
do a
it'd be
pre-sentence
A
report?
little bit later, because I am
Sure.
scheduled to be in Torres Lugo that same
That's-
morning.
That's fine. Do 11:30?
Sounds good, Your
It's
Honor.
not the OS.
And then I don't have a hold on Mr. Shores, but it appears as if the county does, so.
So the judgment entry that Judge Gall issued at his last probation hearing was that probation was continued, remanded for disposition of his case in Muni. So I'm going to request a certified copy of the judgment entry and then run it up to Judge Gall today.
Okay.
And that should release him.
Your Honor, if he is end up being released, the city.
We have court
we had-
supervised release on him.
I'm sorry?
We don't have GPS, but we have court supervised release as a condition.
Okay, the city would ask for the GPS just because there has been violations. That's why the basis of the violation to temporary protection order. I know the victim is afraid. He's been contacted, and the first time he was released, I know I brought this to the court's attention previously, that the defendant went immediately to their shared home. The victim has since moved out of that home and is in a new residence, but because of the previous violations, the city is asking for that.
Okay, we'll do GPS.
You have a GPS on you again. I know that sucks, but at least it'll be okay.
And that actually may encourage the county judge to release him because we have a
Yeah.
GPS.
So I'll run that up to you right away.
If in fact he is released prior to being interviewed for probation, you gotta go to the probation department so we can put together a report, okay?
Either today, or if you're released today, go today. If you're released tomorrow, early, go tomorrow. If you're not released quicker than that, they'll go see you. Okay? All right.
All right, have a good day.
Tory Butler, recall.
Come on. Have a good day. Mr. Butler, where were you?
I was sitting outside the room.
Why?
I never knew to come in. They just told me to come to the right hand of your door.
Did you see people coming in and out?
Yeah, I thought you was dealing with a serious situation. That's why I stayed out. I apologize for your hold up, miss.
Oh, he didn't say that. He just said, you know, doing some. Okay, so when's the last time you went to probation?
I never really got my paperwork to report except for the first.
That was, I never did, Your Honor. Right?
Yes.
And how long ago was that?
I believe that was almost 3 or 4 months ago now.
3 or 4 months ago.
Yes. I be living at the 2100
Let's
shelter.
try 10 months ago.
10?
10. June? You
That
were
was-
placed on probation in June
Yes.
and given a number of conditions. Actually, not that many conditions, but a couple of conditions to do. And no one's seen you. That's not really how probation works.
Uh-huh.
You have to show up. You have not shown up.
Yes.
That's not good. Right?
Right, Your
All
Honor.
right, what are we gonna do about that?
I'd like to ask for a continuation through my living process, though.
Okay, say that again.
I would like to ask for a continuation
Okay.
in my probation because I be living down at the 2100 shelter and I can't really provide for myself for it.
Okay. Okay, tell me why not. Are you able to work?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So we may be able to help you with all that, but if you don't show up, you can't do that.
Yes, Your Honor.
We can't do that. It's difficult to help someone who doesn't even show up. Gotta at least show up. Right?
Yes.
And you haven't done that. How did you know that I needed to see you today?
My mother told me I had a warrant for my arrest when I talked to her. So I
I have a
just,
warrant on him. So how did you know the date?
the date I had.
Like today's date?
I got paper. I had paperwork that they
Oh,
had.
someone sent you something in the mail?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Because I don't have a warrant for you, but we were wondering what happened to you.
Yes.
Because, you know, you didn't show up. So go downstairs today and introduce yourself to the probation department, and I need you to show up for probation. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Okay.
All right.
Oh.
Have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Morning.
I am Judge Earley, and this is your first appearance with me. You've had an opportunity to talk to the public defender, is that correct, sir?
Your Honor,
Yes.
this is a second pretrial for Mr.
Oh, is
Dwelly.
it?
I continued him, I continued him
Oh, okay.
on April 1st for a couple days so I can review the report. Mr. Dwelly does want a trial date.
Okay. Let's do the 24th. Get him in. And 24th at 11 o'clock for trial.
Thank you.
Does he have holds?
I do not believe so, Your Honor. He has a $7,500 bond from this court that he is unable to post. He doesn't know any phone numbers, so he is fending for himself right now.
It was 25,000.
Correct. It was reduced significantly by the court. He does tell me he has a place to stay that's separate and apart from the alleged victim and would be able to register an address if he is released.
The city can be heard.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we would defer to the court regarding that bond request. If the court is considering what defense counsel has asked, we are just asking for GPS.
Absolutely, counsel. No objection. Okay, so for the record, I am going to, he's been in jail for a couple of days, so I'm going to reduce his bond to a personal bond, give him a GPS monitoring. For the record, I do have access to his risk assessment. So I looked at the risk assessment, but I also looked at my pretrial bond review that indicates that he scored pretty low on the risk assessment, and that he does not have any, actually I don't think he has any prior criminal offense. So we have a trial date for April the 24th. I'm going to release him on GPS monitoring so that we can ensure that first off, we know where he is and that he's not going to have contact with the alleged victim, so that we don't put anyone else in any harm's way. So he's going to have a verified place to stay before he gets released. He's going to get the GPS monitor, and then he's going to be released. Okay? Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so you hear what we're saying to you? So you're going to be released from the county jail, but only after you're outfitted for a GPS monitor, and then you're going to have to go to the Oriana house so that we can set up your meetings with them so that we can monitor you while you're out on bond prior to your trial date, and your trial date is April the 24th at 11 o'clock. Ms. Loki, does he need to come to your office so you guys can talk?
He will have to come in.
So, and in addition to that, the public defender represents you today because you're in jail, okay? When you are released, your situation changes, so you have to go back over to the public defender's office so they can do a review of your case to make sure you're still eligible for their services. Obviously, everybody in jail is eligible for their services because it's not like you can work because you're in jail. So when you're released, we have to make sure that you're still eligible for their services, and to make sure that they're going to be prepared for trial, because if you were in jail, she'd know where to find you, right?
Correct.
Now that you're going to be released, she didn't know where to find you. So you have to go to the public defender's office so that they can make sure that they're prepared for trial, right? Because I'm going to want to go to trial on April the 24th. Okay? All right. Especially since the court's paying for the GPS monitoring. Okay? So we don't want to have a long delay. So I'll see you on April the 24th. No contact. April 24th, 11 o'clock. And one more thing. If, in fact, you go into a zone that I told you not to go into, we will come get you.
Okay.
You understand what that means?
Correct.
So I have an agreement with the Cleveland Police that if, in fact, you hit that exclusionary zone, because we will know where you are, we will come get you.
Okay.
Okay? So when I tell you you can't go there, you can't go there. Okay? All right. So April 24th, 11 o'clock, and he's going to go back to the public defender's office.
Thank you.
All right?
videotape copy of this episode, call 664-3571 with the following information on your TV screen.